Liked it. Got a lot done. Very sharp, I thought. Glad we're getting our focus, which I think you always worry about. You know how your team focuses at the end of the week. But good week of practice. Good hard week. Focus was good. Concentration was good. Execution was good, and both sides of the ball. And got a lot done this week. And anxious to play. Got a great opponent. Bethune's going to be ready to play. And we need to bring our A game. We're ready to get after them. Questions?
Trey Jackson gonna?
Yeah, he'll be ready to play. He'll be playing. Trey will be playing. That's that first day or so, get that soreness out, what you got to do, and I've been very pleased with his progress.
Has Christian Jones been limited at all, or is he good to go?
Well, I got to make an announcement. There's going to be 2 guys suspended for this game, violation of team rules. Christian Jones and Eddie Goldman. So those guys will not be playing this week for us. Just in the ball game.
Is there any more detail you can give on that, Coach, or are you just stopping there?
Stopping right there.
I assume, especially for a senior who has such a big role, it's a disappointing thing for you to have to do something along these lines.
Yes, it is. But it's all correctable. It's all done. But we have to abide by the certain set of guidelines.
And they'll be practicing back on Monday.
Oh yes. Oh yes. They'll be back and be ready on Monday. Got the Twitter going, didn't we?
With Mario out, I mean, you looking forward to seeing some of these other guys step up?
Well, they better. They've definitely. I mean, they have the ability. They've been playing really well. They've got opportunities because you never know. That's what's injuries is all part of football. And that's why you got to build depth and you build a lot of players, and you're going to have to play them all. And these guys are going to get an opportunity, so they better be ready.
I know I think you've talked about it before, but guys like Jameis, and obviously you see what Manziel and Marcus Mariota and guys like that have done. How much more prepared are guys coming out of high school at that position, especially the top guys, than they were 4, 5, 6 years ago?
I think the throwing year round and the things that are going on, the camps and the 7-on-7s and things have made these guys much more prepared. But also I think it matters too what offense you come into too. Different types of things and what they ask you to do. But these guys are definitely more prepared because they're doing it more and they're getting exposed to a lot more knowledge at a younger age. No doubt.
When did you really start to see that changing? I mean, obviously, you've been recruiting quarterbacks for a while.
I'm gonna say really probably consistently. I mean, you had your exceptions, but probably the last 5 years. Probably I don't know if I had to really think to put a timetable on, but I would as an estimate. It's probably in the last 5 years, 4 to 5 years.
You talk a lot about you talk a lot this week about your ability to recruit guys and for athletes on both sides of the ball moving around. You guys have recruited a ton of really talented top-star guys, a lot of them on defense. What has allowed you guys to be able to get those guys, or how have you been able to get success?
Well, I think we've been in great proximity of a lot of those guys. I think tradition here, our history, and the things we're doing, and like our style of play, I think is really benefited in all those categories. And I think the great tradition of Florida State.
With Christian out, who do you think would step in? And
Terrence Smith will start there, and then up front we'll have Jacoby. DeMonte. I'm sorry, DeMonte, Timmy, and Niall be the starters, and Jacoby will be in there playing a ton too, along with everybody else. Yeah. Jacoby's actually had I've been very impressed with Jacoby in practice this week. You see him really getting back in the flow of things. I've noticed him. We've gotten good on good during the week. I've noticed he's jumped out at me.
And obviously with Mario out too, from an edge rusher situation, Legway, a guy that
Legway will be in there. You'll see you'll see some other guys, not him, but I meant Casher and DeMarcus and that whole group of guys will all be in there. Which DeMarcus, they've all played a lot this year anyway, so we've got plenty of guys. There's no doubt. And Dan Hicks, of course.
And all of those guys, you have confidence that.
I have great confidence, and they've played a lot of ball already. I mean, that's why we keep that rotation as big as we do.
I know we're nitpicking here, but has there been any emphasis this week on getting the quarterback on the ground? Just 3 sacks?
Oh, yeah. Well, we've had to do that especially last week. I mean, we had a huge emphasis last week when we played Nevada. We know who was coming in, so there's no doubt. We got to tackle well in space and be able to make the quarterback, and we have to get him on the ground. There's no doubt because he's a very good athlete. And the problem is which one's going to play. They all are. All 3 of them are good athletes.
Had a few weeks now without a whole lot of tape on the guys that you might be
Yeah,
playing.
exactly. Got to be prepared for everything.